Hello, beta testers of Chess Openings Wizard. We're looking at build 141 right now. It reminds you a couple times that this is in fact a beta test version. And when it first comes up, it'll offer to install sample ebooks. I would recommend that you do that because these sample ebooks are in the newer format and it'll save you converting them. So I click on install. A couple seconds later, it will tell me that 19 sample ebooks were installed and there are no sample PGN files with this build. So this is a more important screen that you'll only see once when you first install a program. It tells you that there seems to be a folder that contains ebooks made by your older version. And would you like to copy these ebooks to the new folder? Of course you do. You'll notice that only your ebooks, or maybe ebooks that you purchased, are here because this little check mark down here is skipping the copying of the sample ebooks. If you wanted the sample ebooks from your older format, you can do that just in case maybe you've done something with those sample ebooks. You've edited them and used them. So you might want the older versions of the sample, so then uncheck this box. I'm going to leave it checked so I only get the ebooks that I worked on and the PGN files that I made. I click on copy. It says 15 older ebooks were copied and 3 PGN files removed from the old folder. Since it's a brand new installation with new settings, it'll come up and recommend I watch the video tutorials again. I'm going to check the box that says don't show this message again. Same thing for the ICC wizard. If I play with ICC, I want to run that wizard and get it all attached. But if I don't, or don't want to do it now, I'll check here and click on later. All right, the new program. Let's open up one of our ebooks and find out what it does. Let's say the close game got copied from my other folder. And when I open it, it says, hey, close game. This database is in an older format. Data version 106. The new one's called 109 if you're curious. And it will be updated automatically. That's one of the reasons why your databases are being copied from an older folder, because the database format is being changed. And if anything goes wrong, and nothing will, but if anything went wrong, you still have your original ebooks. So that's the reason why. So this is one of our commercial ebooks called The Close Game. I'm going to rewind this. And let's say I was trying to remind myself of maybe how the London system is played. I could make marks like, this is, I can right click and say, this is where I plan on moving the bishop. Or maybe I can right click and drag and say, I plan on moving the bishop here in the London. And these are all static marks that just get attached to this position. So if I play d4 and if I come back, right, those marks will still be attached to the position. If I want to delete them, I go to the edit menu and say remove diagram marks. But this new version has multimedia. So it's a much cooler way of doing this kind of thing. Let's say I want to record a short video with every single chess position or any position that I'm interested in. I notice here that I have a microphone icon that starts recording. There's also some debug information that will disappear later on, like this 0 shows me how many times multimedia has been played for this position. And there's a test menu, which will also go away when this thing is released. And there's a multimedia menu, which has all kinds of cool things in it. Like, for instance, let's see, edit the tracks, for instance. So track A, we can rename it if we want. We can say it should be played automatically. And then if I want to play maybe track B the second time, if I have something recorded differently on track B, maybe I can make a track C, and that would be the one that plays the third time and beyond. So I can have that all set. So let's get rid of the static diagram marks here, and let's go make some dynamic ones with multimedia. So I press the microphone icon, and it goes into recording mode. So everything else is put away for a moment, and this little recording toolbox is here. I can select to record my cursor as I move around the board. I can select to erase marks that I make, so I can erase the marks and make more marks if I like. I can make a few demo moves on my demo board and then press the rewind button here to rewind to the position I started recording at. I can select which track I'm recording, and finally a record button and a way to cancel and save it if I've actually recorded. So let's start recording. Okay, now I'm recording, say, a lesson for myself, and I will show that in the London system, I'm aiming for this pawn structure, which creates this pyramid. Diagram marks, yay. And normally the bishop would be back here, right? But if it stays behind this pawn chain, we call it the Colley system. But if the bishop gets on the outside of the chain, we call it the London system. Now I'm going to press the stop button to finish this recording. Okay, I'm no longer recording, so I'll press the save button. And I'll notice here, okay, now I'm recording, say, a lesson for myself. And I will show
that
in the
I
London system,
made that option to automatically
I'm aiming for this pawn. So I'll stop that. So, let's see, we still didn't erase, remove those diagram marks. Fine, go backwards. And they're gone now, good. All right, so now instead of just the microphone, which we can now record a new one if we want, or record a different track if we want, there's also a play button to play the multimedia we just recorded. And there's also a way to select which track to play if we had in fact recorded something for track A and maybe track B and track C. They'd be available here. And of course a trash can here to delete any recordings that we made. So let's play it back and see if it works. Okay, now I'm recording, say, a lesson for myself. And I will show that in the London system, I'm aiming for this pawn structure, which creates this pyramid.
There you go.
Diagram marks.
And I'm
Yay.
Talking over myself.
And
I hope that's
normally
not too
the bishop
annoying.
would be
Let's
back here, right? But if it stays... So I press the stop button to stop the replay, and there you go. So that's the power of this system. Anything else to show you in the multimedia? Obviously play and record, delete audio are available in the menu as well as in these buttons. We can add a new track. If we want to add a new track C, automatically add one. You can add track A through Z if you like. What else is in there? Delete selected tracks, edit the tracks. If you wanted to reset the play counts, this is how to do it. You just reset it, and it'll reset how many times it played, because right now this guy's been played twice. We click it, now it's been played 0 times, which means back in the multimedia menu when we edit tracks, if for instance we want to play it automatically, and then if it counts it, it says it played it once, then it plays this the second time. If it played it twice, and it plays this the third time and beyond. And that's why it keeps a count of how many times that it's been played. So there you go. I can't wait to hear your feedback as beta testers. Kick it around, make sure it converts your data safely and does everything you expect it to. Be sure to check all the other commands. A lot of the stuff under the hood here has been updated. I even found a bug the other day in PGN import, which was because of the new multimedia. I fixed it, but I'm hoping you test everything and tell me it's all working really well. And I'd like to get your feedback on the new multimedia features. I'll talk to you soon.